Let's see. This little sweet thing right here is Tinkerbell. Yes, she is a mini pony. She's 13 years old. Where's sweetheart? Oh, to work on her, I kind of got to get down to her level here. Oops. It's not wanting to hold my phone up very good. Let's see. There we go. There she is. So adjusting these little ponies can be tricky sometimes because they've got obviously all the same anatomy as a big horse, but just a lot smaller package. Easy girl. It's a little sensitive under her armpit there. You can see like they can have a little bit of a attitude. They can be a little bit difficult, kind of like a little man syndrome, but in a horse body. Oh, come here, silly. They can have a big opinion. Good girl. I've worked on her a few times before, so this isn't her first go around. But she's definitely a little opinionated mare for sure. And of course she's red, so that doesn't help the situation. Girl. And she'll chill out. She just does this at first until she figures out what's going on. And then she'll be real good. Good girl. I've just found with the minis that you just have to be a little bit more deliberate with them than you do with the bigger horses. And obviously they're still prey animals just like the big horses, but without all the defenses of a big horse. So they tend to be a little bit more guarded, a little bit more flighty. Hello, Maya. Minis are so maximum, you're right. Hey, Cynthia. Cindy, we finally catch up again. Come here, girl. So this little sweet thing is Tinkerbell. Come on, Tinkerbell. She is 13 years old, believe it or not. She's 13. She looks like she's young, but she's not. And she's a sweet thing. She's just a little guarded. But she's great to work on. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Cindy. That's terrible. My sympathies to you guys. But glad you're back. Hope things are getting back to normal for you. Hey, sweetheart. There we go. Now she's starting to chill out a little bit. Just checking her SI joints, seeing if there's any tenderness over the tops of those. She seems a little bit sensitive around the points of her hips. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, you good girl. So I'm just going to hold a little pressure on this left side. See if I can't get that sensitivity to go away. If you guys were just on my TikTok, welcome. Thank you for being over there while I worked on Ducky, who's right over here, just watching like he always does. This is his little buddy, so I think he's just making sure she's all good. There we go. So these pressure points are amazing because you can just get them to chill right out. I took this stuff, what I do, from Christian Langeder. He's a GTO master. Sounds like he's a karate master or something, but just a phenomenal guy to learn from if you're wondering how you can help your horses by doing some really nice and easy soft tissue work. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, sweetie pie. So she's liking that quite a bit. Let's check that other side. Around their hip points can be really sensitive, especially for the mares, because their ovaries are right inside the point of the hips. And if they're in season or they've got any type of cystic issues on their ovaries, the hip points can become really, really tender and sensitive. Good girl. And just like the big horses, the little horses also have their pressure points. Come here, sweetheart. Oh. There we go. It's a little more challenging to keep the minis in the frame because they like to move around a lot. But if you watch. Whoop. No, you're not spinning around. Don't do that. Come on. So if you watch her butt dip, there's flexion. Back comes right up. That's okay, sweetie. Oh. 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 Girl, easy. Easy. Come on. Good girl. Oh, they're just a little flighty. The minis can dance around a little more than an average size horse. So watch when I hit the sternal pressure point here. See that little fight there? Doesn't want to bring her back up, right? And also, a lot of times mares don't like it when you apply pressure up under here for some reason. I don't fully understand it. Oh, but that just gets her a little pissy, and I just want her to lift her back up. Hey, we don't do that. And when they try to kick you, you just got to give them a little smack. Come on. Oh. Easy. Come on, sweet pie. Cindy likes the little smacks. Huh, Cindy? Here we go. Good girl. Good girl. There she goes. Good. A little sensitive around her withers on that right side too. That's what she keeps dancing away from. So I'm gonna see if I can't get rid of that discomfort for her too. I know some people get upset when you gotta smack them a little bit. It's not personal. I love these horses. It's how they learn. Good girl. Good girl. And these minis can have big old attitudes. So even though they're in a little package, they can do some damage. So you got to make sure you... Ugh. Hopefully you guys are still with me. Phone just overheated, but looks like we're back. All right. Are we still live? You guys still got me? I don't want to get rid of you, Cindy. Oh, we got 2 people watching. I guess we lost everybody when it died. All right, we'll keep rolling here. All right, let's check her legs. Very nice. True, and I was about to take my shirt off, but nah, I guess, oh, there we go. Now we're back. Just kidding. Come here, sweetie pie. She just needed a little breather. There we go. Good. All right. I'm going to check this other leg. Good girl. She's doing real good. She's very typical mini. Just not real sure. They don't, ooh, that's a good one. They don't really just outright trust people very easily. They're just very guarded, and they can have quite the attitude. But it's all just a protective mechanism, because just like the big horses, these guys are prey animals, but they don't have the defenses of a big horse. So, you know, they just have to be, I think by nature, they have to be more guarded, more protected, more in that fight or flight versus rest and digest mode to stay alive, and if they were out in nature. So I can really appreciate and respect the minis that just let me do this, because by nature, that's not what they're designed to do. They're designed just to be a meal, and you know, so they just want to try to stay alive. Girl, come here. I can't stand the hay pieces that hang out of the corners of their mouth. It's like I got to get it. Like my OCD won't allow me to leave that in there. Ah, now I can relax. That's a good girl. All right, come here, sweetie pie. So just like the big horses, come on. The little horses have hyoids too. So I'm gonna check her up under. Whoa-wee. Look how pissy she is there. So I'm just gonna check that again. Man, she does not like that. Let's check the other side. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. So let's see if she's sensitive at the pole too. So real sensitive on that right side and left. She's real sensitive on both sides. So let me just see if I can't just do a little bit of light, soft tissue work up there to try to get that to relax. There we go. Good girl. Easy. So if you use the pad of your thumb and middle finger, so I'm doing this, right behind the ears, there's a nice little soft spot right down behind the ears. And if you just apply a little bit of pressure down towards the tip of the muzzle and then squeeze together lightly, it really takes away a lot of their stress and anxiety and just helps them to relax. If you apply pressure too quickly or you just apply too much, it hurts. So you'll see them toss their head and just get super irritated with it. But if you just kind of feel what the muscles are doing under your fingers, and if they're starting to tighten up, just loosen up your pressure a little bit and make sure you're using the pads of your fingers, not the tips. They'll let you get in there and start to enjoy it. Good girl, good girl. But I just want to make sure that the sensitivity that she's showing me isn't coming from here, and that's more coming from here. Yeah, and you can see that's really sensitive. Now on bigger horses, what I would do is take the tongue out, and I'm going to try to do that with her. But because they have such small mouths, you're more likely to get bit by the little minis than you are by the bigger horses. So I'm just going to see if I can get in there nice and slow. I might just use one finger and scoop it out. Almost had it. Good girl. Easy. Good girl. I'm going to scoop it out. Good. Got it. So I'm just going to hold that. And I'm holding it out to the left because her right side seems to be way more sensitive than the left. And I try not to hold the halter. I just hold the lead rope just below the buckle or just below the clip. And all I'm doing here is just keeping her tongue out of her mouth and letting her do all the work. So she's trying to pull it back in, and then she'll relax. And she'll pull it back in and relax. She's tossing her head around a little bit because I probably would too if somebody was grabbing my tongue. But once they figure this out, they'll just relax right into it and just keep working it. Good girl, good girl. And you'll see, I mean, she's gonna be a really good example of how well this works if it takes away that pain at her pole, because she was so sensitive, and she was also super sensitive around the hyoid. So I'm really curious to see how well this works on her, just because it was just so sensitive. Good girl. Now she's starting to relax. That head's coming down a little bit. She's not tossing her head around so much. She's giving me some good stretches to the TMJ. Good girl. All right, so I'm gonna let that go. I like to hold that for about 20 seconds or so, just to give them time to really work that out. If they're super fussy with it still, 10 seconds in, I'm probably not gonna hold on to it, because the last thing I want them to do is really yank their head back real hard while I have a hold of the tongue. Good girl. And then after I'm done with that, I'm just gonna give them their heads, let them lick and chew and do the head shakes like she's doing. You can see her face is getting soft and her head's coming down. And it's really a great thing when you get a horse to lower their head below the withers, because that's the position that it's in when they're sleeping and when they're eating, right? Their head is down. So that's a resting and digesting position. And I really love to see that while I'm working on them, and really, especially after I work the hyoid like that. Good girl. So once they calm down and they stop the licking and chewing, that's when I'm going to go in and recheck. So let's see. And remember, like when I initially go up to recheck, their initial reaction is going to be to toss the head because they're going to expect it to hurt because it was just really uncomfortable. So when I first get my hand into position, I always expect them to kind of give me a little bit of a fight at first. But it's really important, if you do this for your horses, that you leave your hand there and you continue to try to get them to relax in that position, because I want them to be able to go, oh damn, that doesn't hurt anymore, right? And now I can move my